All right. So I've been very reticent to try and document this phase of my process. Well, for one thing, I'm not sure if I'd be able to get into the kind of flow states I need to get into to be creative while I'm actually recording myself at the same time. The other thing is, I have ideas about, the arrangement in general of things floating around in my head and ideas. And most of the times, my instincts end up working out, and the end product ends up kind of like coming out of the initial thought processes. But sometimes it doesn't, and then you have to start over from scratch with new ideas, and the anxiety that causes made me not want to start doing this for longer than I should have. Anyway, I have just a basic list of some of the things I've been hearing in my head. I don't want to do too much to this because the original is so good that I don't really want to go fiddling it with it too much. But like I said in the previous video, there's always like I use the phrase "how to get into it" and to make it my own. Actually, yeah, let's go to another Seals and Crofts cover. Actually, Summer Breeze. Isley Brothers, and show you kind of what I mean. And you'll hear it as soon as I start playing it. And that little banjo riff and a R&B cover of a soft rock classic is just the little glue that holds their entire arrangement together, and it comes back through the rest of the song. And it's kind of like their stamp on it, and that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. It's not always a particular riff. It could just be a certain feel, or that's kind of like what I mean when I say how to get into it. So for me in this song, yeah, that's number one. So in the original song, Dash Cross plays mandolin figure in between, for the verse parts before the verses. And my idea is trying to come up with a part there that's a little more proggy sounding, and take that part and develop it over the course of the song in these interlude parts and incorporate them into the verses more progressively as the song goes on. If you didn't notice, I definitely love counterpoint. I have my own style of counterpoint. I guess I kind of fancy myself as one who has his own style of counterpoint, I guess. So that's kind of something I'm going to try and weave in. And it's like, is this going to work? What's that called? Imposter syndrome yelling in my ear. So doing this on camera is kind of not the most calming idea I've ever had. So we'll see. So some of the other things is I added a kind of like transition between the end of the chorus into the bridge, because in the original song it kind of goes right into it. And I've always heard something kind of like break a double time. No, actually, it goes from halftime into full time because the song is in halftime, but something that's gonna go into full time and break up those sections. I've heard that in my head for a long time. So when I actually put the scratch track together with my roommate Mike, as I showed you a little bit of in the last video, yeah, that worked out perfectly, and I was very happy about that. Um, yeah, that's a very very much an example of something I hear in my head, and it worked perfectly on the first try. It doesn't always happen. It happens a lot with me. There's number three is, yeah. So this so going from there's these stops that go from the kind of like what I'm calling the pre-choruses. The pre-choruses are the "it's gonna come down on you" parts, and then the choruses are it's gonna come down on you. Where like it's more, um, you know, it's bigger. They're the same chords, but they're bigger arrangements. in the two different parts, and the chorus part, what I'm calling the chorus parts, only come in twice during the song, in both my arrangement and the original arrangement. So coming out of the pre-chorus, there's parts where the pre-chorus goes right back into the verse. That's what happens most of the time. But the ending of the pre-chorus back into the verse is very similar to the pre-chorus back into the. It's very similar to the choruses back into the verses. And there's kind of these stops, and there's space for, kind of like cool stuff to do. So I'm probably gonna do some kind of like odd time signature stuff in those. But like I said, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I have things in my head, and they don't always translate into practical arrangements. So, all right. Since the last video, I converted all of the session players into MIDI. And I just did some basic, some of the basic guitar parts on MIDI, just to have them there. My original scratch track was very basic and not played very well, but it was just to get the timing of everything in. And so I put the actual, something closer to the original guitar arrangement in there. Those are the verses and the interludes. Now the real decision-making stuff starts. And this is what I've been procrastinating about. All right. I think I want to start with these interlude parts. That's what I'll call them. Where is it? There it is. Here. My nice home studio setup. So, I'm not a keyboard player. I could play enough that ideas come from my head into my fingers. And they're usually just simple rhythmic figures, because I am a percussionist, that I just come up with the basic phraseology, if you will, what I want the part to sound like, and I just go in there and mess the notes around a bit until it sounds right. I have a basic understanding of harmony. I've taken college level music theory twice, once in high school and once in college. But I tend to be more on instinct. I don't analyze it too much. So I want a piano sound. So I'll go in here. So I'm just going to set up a loop. I don't like that one. Let's go to... All right, I'm already running into a wall. All right. All right. So basically, so you got the sixes and the ninths, and the seconds. And the seventh, the major seventh. Those all figure prominently. All right. Let's see. Do I want to start recording ideas? I think pretty much everything I played is pretty lame so far. Let's turn it down in my headphones. Yeah, okay. All right. I think I got enough there. So I'm not going to loop record. What I am going to do is I'm just going to record and stop. So I'm going to keep just doing stuff like that, and I'll do like 5 or 6, and then I'll go through and start choosing what I want. Pick and choose. I decided I kind of like what I did already. I think it's good enough that I'm just going to go in there and fix some of the rhythms and maybe change the notes around, but it's close enough to what I had in my head. I'm going to work with that and then build all the eventual parts around that. So I think that's good enough for now. So the next thing I want to do is do this the standard time part. I'm going to switch to guitar. Yeah, okay. That, I don't need that. All right. I think that's good enough for now. That's the basic idea. I like that, and so then I'll come into this once. I'll do 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back into it, and then it'll go into the. Yeah, okay, that's how I'm going to do it. Because we could linger on this for a little while. It doesn't need to go to the bridge that quickly. Yeah, so I'm not going to go fiddling with that. I'm going to leave it like that. And then the other thing is, the last thing, so I want a phrase somewhere in here, and then extend that phrase like 3/8 notes. I'm just going to start inputting MIDI notes. I think that's how I want to do this. I think that's going to be it. Now let's go back to the piano. And input, let's go here. Create MIDI region. That's fast. Just put in straight 8th notes. At this tempo, that's still pretty fast. Yeah, okay, yeah, I am going to... I'm starting to hear something in my head. Alright, where am I? Let's put that 3 extra 8th notes in. How do I do this? 1, 2... Where are the 8th notes? Why is it not locking? Why does everything look weird? Those aren't 8th notes. Where are the 8th notes? 1, 2, 3. That's 3/8 notes, right? Ah, okay. There we go. Don't add. And then I'm going to add it here manually. Create time signature 11/8. And then back to 4/4 here. All right. Now I figured that out. Yeah, okay. It's working. It's working. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. All right, let's just create notes. Keep creating notes. Okay. Yeah, yep. Yeah. I love it when a plan comes together. Nice. I like it. I like it. Okay. That's everything. Yeah. Believe it or not, I don't need the entire part. I'm gonna mess around with the rhythm. I'm gonna fix some notes, but other than that, I did everything I wanted to do. It's just a matter of fleshing out these ideas into full parts. But yeah, everything I wanted to do, I got done. I'm excited right now. Okay, so it's about a week later. I managed to get this done over the course of a week. So yeah, all these parts are kind of fleshed out. I got a rough sketch of everything now, and I am ready to move on to the actual production. So this has all been the pre-production phase, and I'm just going to take you through some of the. Let's go back to the production notes. Let's go back to this intro interlude part, left hand piano bass. Yep. Okay, so I got that. The solo part needs to be, what I'm calling the solo part is where the standard time comes in. Yep, I did that. Proggy transitions from pre-chorus, got that. All right, let's go through all these, and let's go back to the beginning of the song. So that's, you saw me earlier in the video fleshing out that part a little bit. I went in there and moved some stuff around. But yeah, so here's how it goes in the second verse. It was in the early spring. Moves over to the bass. Yep, that's that. And then, so in the second verse, it's just going to be the bass taking over that part. And then the third verse. Said you had it figured out in your pretty little head. Politics and all them things you said. I mean, that's not how it's going to be, but the basic idea is there's going to be more parts locking into that bass groove there, and it's going to have some counterpoint going on, just to build up, interest from one verse to the next, because this song has 4 verses, and just make it a little more interesting for each one. Okay, so it's gonna come down on you. It's gonna come down. It's gonna come down. And then back into it. Oh yeah, let's go back to this. I messed around with the chord voicings there. So I threw in some funky Believe it or not, that works. I'm not sure what that reminds me of. It's kind of like a some kind of Nintendo video game. Put it in the comments if you could spot what that sounds like. Yep, okay, that's the bridge, and let's get this coming out of the bridge. That's the 11/8 part there, just as kind of like a musical joke. I put a bar of 5/8 at the end of the very next section going back into the chorus. If you get the punchline, leave it in the comments of why that is technically a joke, even if it isn't funny. Yeah, so that's it. I'm ready to start recording parts. I'm very excited. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.